Hello, everybody. Welcome back to, I believe this should be the 22nd episode of the Gamer Back podcast. Today I'm here alone because I'm doing a little pre-recording episode, so this might not actually be the 22nd episode. It might be 23rd, 24th, but as of right now, this should end up going up as the 22nd. Today, I'm doing something a little different, similar to my Ridley matchup chart video. But instead, I'm going to be making a tier list of all of the DC Anime Universe Justice League members. Not all the heroes, because I think that's it's a bit too much and it's not as organized as I would like it. So just the league members in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, the two animated shows, if you're familiar with that. The reason I'm doing this is because of the DCAU, or the shows that go from Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, The New Adventures of Batman, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, Justice League Unlimited, and there's a couple other small ones and movies out there too. But those were the main shows, and I kind of grew up with those, and I've been getting back into them recently. I've just rewatched all of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. I'm currently rewatching Batman Beyond, and I got the idea of I want to rank all my favorite heroes, because there's some pretty cool ones and there's some pretty oddball picks that rarely appear in the show, but they're in the background. They do some pretty cool stuff anyway. So I'm just here to talk about that today. And I actually, on tiermaker.com, there was no tier list for this, so I just decided to make my own. And these are all the heroes we're going to be talking about today. And I guess it should be in alphabetical order, I believe. So we'll get right into it. First up, obviously we have the tiers, S through D. I'll probably end up throwing some more tiers in there. And the reason I have the DCAU wiki open is to explain, who the hell is Aztek? Guana Beast, freaking some of these guys, I don't even know who they are, and I'm a pretty big comic book guy, especially DC. So I got this open just in case we come across somebody that I have trouble explaining myself. All right, immediately off to a good start. Aquaman is pretty friggin' awesome. He in the show, he's kind of like a crossbreed between Black Panther and Thor from Marvel, where he's got the whole underwater society that doesn't like the outside help, but he's also supposed to be super strong. Kind of looks like Thor too a little bit. However, you want to see what Aquaman used to look like? Let me open this up. This is what he looked like in the Superman show. And then they redesigned him. Get out of here. They redesigned him to look like this. What an upgrade. It's whatever looking, But this is such a mega upgrade from, this is I'll have your daughter home by 10, sir. And this is she's not coming back tonight. Sorry, dog. Not to mention, they give him the hook hand. Did they show the... Yep, there it is. They give him the hook hand, where he, has to cut his own hand off to save his son, and they replace it with the freaking harpoon. Shit's awesome. This, pretty freaking cool. This dude, Atom Smasher, he doesn't do much. He actually, the only time he does anything, I'm pretty sure he just gets bodied. It's when the Suicide Squad tries to invade the Watchtower to steal some fucking robot. I'm pretty sure what happens is that he gets bodied by, one dude and almost explodes. They use him as hostage. And if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure this dude's a villain in the comics, not a hero. So he's kind of just an oddball pick, if you're asking me. But he's whatever. He looks cool. That's why he's not in D. That's the only reason he's not in D. He looks cool. He's big and muscly. Oh, if you know, his powers is he can grow. He grows big. He's like the Atom, but reverse. And his name is Atom Smasher. Aztek. Go and see also, once again, only because his design looks pretty cool. Let's look at his wiki page, because I'm not too familiar with him. Excuse me. Let's see. This is a cool design, but what's he do? Super strength, super speed, super hearing, telescopic vision, x-ray vision, infrared vision, invisibility, and flight. I guess he's just, pretty standard superhero stuff. Literally no description, because he's just a background character, cameo. Cool, though. Cool looking dude. You go and see. Got here, Aquaman. Guana Beast. I'm tempted to put him in A because he's actually has a pretty important role in one episode. Let's see if they talk about it here, because the one episode they talk about, or he's really in, It's pretty early. Yeah, this little pig. It's pretty early on into Justice League Unlimited, like one of the first episodes of the first season, I believe. And I think Wonder Woman turns into a pig. And this guy's power is that he talks to animals. So Batman gets him to track down Pig Wonder Woman. And the episode's actually really, really good, too, because you get the ending scene of Batman singing, because they have to, like, in order to change Wonder Woman back into a human, they get the sorceress to make a deal. And the deal is if Batman sings for her club, she will revert Wonder Woman back to a human. And it's pretty good. Pretty good episode. Yeah, I like it. Batman himself. As you know what? Should we put it in an extra tier? Because yeah, there's some characters that deserve. Yeah, we're gonna add a god tier. Let's make it purple. I made that purple. Whatever. God tier. Don't even need to talk about DC Animated Universe Batman. This is probably peak Batman. This is the best Batman you'll ever see in any comic book, any movie, any cartoon. Batman from DCAU is the best you'll ever get. Not to mention, not just the Batman, it's the Bruce Wayne and the Batman. Because there are some, like, depictions of Batman that Bruce Wayne isn't written too well. Or you get a good Bruce Wayne, and you get a bad Batman. But this, you have the finesse, the, like, slickness of Bruce Wayne, and the badassery and fucking fear of Batman just perfectly rolled into one. And the voice, Kevin Conroy as Batman, one of the best voice acting jobs in all of fictional media. This is the best one. Like, you'll hear me say this a lot. The best depiction of certain characters you'll ever see. Batman's amazing in this show. Black Canary goes A. Not much to be said about her. She gets some really good episodes, and actually, the only reason I have a little bit of an issue with DCAU Black Canary is because she gets pushed around a lot, and like. It's not like the DCAU has something against like girls or anything. It's just that for some reason they like to push around Black Canary. Like there are other girls that get a lot of really good screen time, but she's just not one of them. Like every episode she's in, she gets her ass kicked, and it's kind of like Black Canary shouldn't be getting her ass kicked that much, you know. But she can stay in A. She's got some really good episodes, and she has some really good episodes like versus Huntress. The Huntress versus Black Canary rivalry, really, really good. Although I definitely am a Huntress guy. I like Huntress a lot better because she does not get her ass kicked. Blue Devil. Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Literally, I think he was... Oh, alright. No, once again, no description. He's just... This is the best picture they have of him, and he's like behind Mr. Terrific, I think that is, you know? Lex Lang. Holy shit. He's voiced by Lex Lang? That's, Isn't he voiced... the villain from Crash Bandicoot? What the fuck? That's pretty cool, actually. You know what? Just because he's voiced by Lex Lang, does he have voice lines? He's voiced by Lex Lang, but he has no voice lines. He's going to C just for that. Booster Gold, A tier. A tier Booster Gold. Booster Gold, you know, he gets one good episode, but it was, you know what? Fuck it. Just Booster Gold alone is an A. Booster Gold plus Skeets, S tier. Skeets is, ooh. When they do, spoiler alert, the episode that he's in, he's like struggling to be a hero because he's a hero from the past or a hero from the future, and he's like a nobody in the future. So he comes to the past to try to get famous, but he still doesn't get famous. But he has this robot sidekick dude named Skeets. Let's pull him up. He has a robot sidekick named Skeets, and Skeets is pretty friggin' hilarious. And at the end of like the Booster Gold episode, Skeets dies, and it's actually so friggin' sad. Where's Skeets? There he is. Let's check him out. Skeets, that's him. He's so cool. It's like just like a little floating golden egg looking dude. But Skeets dies, or like fake dies, I guess. He does die and then he comes back, but it was really sad. So yeah, just S tier because Booster Gold plus Skeets is really good combo. They definitely play off each other really well. Next one on the list, Captain Atom, another A tier. Solid pick. Cool. I like his like shtick where he's like a big, you know, army guy or whatever he's supposed to be, military, Alabama. He's pretty funny. He has a really, really good fight with Superman. And we'll get to Superman. But he has an awesome fight with Superman. I really like how he's depicted. Also, he's in the first episode of Unlimited, which is a pretty good episode as well. Captain Marvel. As he is known in the DCAU, it is Captain Marvel, not Shazam. This is before they lost the copyright to call him Captain Marvel. So here, this is Captain Marvel, not Shazam. Once again, this, if I'm being honest, Shazam versus Superman is probably the best fight, like, in the entire DCAU. Just for the everything they do, they use their surroundings, the choreography, the fucking impact of their punches, and then the finisher where Shazam, he like holds up Superman above his head and then calls the lightning down to hit Superman. It's so good. Shazam is A tier. He's actually in one episode, and I think mentioned in another. But just that one episode, so good. Such a great depiction of him. And Billy Batson. The Billy Batson is also really great. This guy, I believe, it's not Citizen Steel, it's Commander Steel. However, you never actually, his power is that he turns himself metal. However, you never see him use it, he never turns metal. But he has a really funny, reference. Yeah, see, while fighting, Commander Steel notices Shayera had a spear thrown into her wing by a parademon, and he picked up a shield and threw it at the parademon. And it's supposed to be a reference to Captain America, because he like chucked a shield and it kind of looks like Captain America. So he would have been D tier because he never uses his power and you never see his metal form, but he had the Captain America reference, so he goes a C. Crimson Avenger. I think he's in one episode. I believe he's only in one, but he looks cool. Don't even know what his power is. Don't know who he is. Not gonna look at him. Don't care enough. He's in B. He looks cool. And he shows up as a reserve leaguer. This female snake lady, Crimson Fox, don't know. Fucking never even heard of her. Dr. Fate. Ooh, fuck it. He's going an S. He's going an S for sure. Dr. Fate, I guess the issue I would normally have with this depiction of Dr. Fate is that he's super weak. And, like, canonically in DC Comics, Dr. Fate is the strongest thing in the entire multiverse. But in this show, he's kind of weak. But that's only because they literally nerf every single character. Like, Superman in DCAU is nowhere close to a Planet Buster. But, like, comic book Superman and comic Superman is like a universe buster. Freaking movie Superman is a planet buster. DCAU Superman is like a nation buster at best, which is still pretty big. But like Dr. Fate, he's a lot weaker than he should be. Like he should be arguably like top 5 strongest Justice League members, but he's not really he's kind of weak. But his episodes really, really good. He has to fight the Lex Luthor Flash. Great. He's just great depiction. Dr. Light. I'm questioning B or C because she doesn't do much, but she looks cool. She can stay in C. Fun fact: in the comics, Dr. Light is Wally West's girlfriend, but not in the show. This dude, I think, what is his name? Captain Mid-Nite or Dr. Mid-Nite? Or is he Dr. Mid-Nite? Yeah. Let's check out this guy. He looks really cool. And every time I see him, I think of that YouTube channel called, is it Dr. Mid-Nite? I know there's a YouTube channel called Captain Mid-Nite or Dr. Mid-Nite. And he literally has no description, no powers or anything, but his background information. Oh, there's a couple funny characters. A Mattel action figure released confirms that this is Dr. Mid-Nite, where they have so little information given them about the show that we don't even know their name until they had their action figure released. So, since we literally never hear his name until his action figure, he's going in D. Dove, A tier. Dove is cool. The Hawk and Dove, they're supposed to be like this kind of combo pair of wrestlers, and Dove is supposed to be the brains, and Hawk is the brawn. There's Hawk. We'll get to him. But Dove is probably my favorite out of the two, because he's just a little bit smarter, but he can stay up there. And when we get to Hawk, I'll talk about both of them combined. Elongated Man, another A tier. Elongated Man is freaking awesome. He's funny. He's comic relief, and he's the sub-in for Plastic Man. But we'll get to Plastic Man. Don't you worry. But he's one of the best comic reliefs in the show. He's really funny. Etrigan. I'm not a big fan of Etrigan. He's kind of cool. I'm gonna put him in A. He's staying in B. We need to fill up some B tier. He's going in B because he's a dick. And he, like, makes fun of Wonder Woman. He's misogynist. That's what he is. Fuck him. He's in B tier. Misogyny. I think her name is Fire. Yeah, it's just Fire. And she's kind of cool. She's Brazilian. She has a pretty cool sounding accent. She's her superhero outfit is just a bikini, by the way. So I'm not sure if that's like PG or not. Oh, it's not a bikini. Never mind. Oh wait, no, it is a bikini. There it is. Her when she's in her fire form, it's a bikini. When her regular costume is not. But she kind of she's cool. She can stay in it. Oh wait, A no, she goes on a B. She doesn't get enough screen time. God tier. This is the best. Once again, God tier is going to be reserved for the best depiction of each character. This is the best. Not just Wally West, the best Flash ever in any DC media ever. It encompasses the Flash perfectly. His mannerisms, his powers, his attitude. The Wally West side of him is perfect as well. How he's like kind of a little bit of a fuckboy, but he prioritizes like being a hero. And every scene where he's like running through Central City and he's like running through cars, he's like talking to people. It's so like he's unlike like Superman and Martian Manhunter. He like actually talks to the citizens of his city and stuff. He like it's so cool. He like knows everyone by name, and even the one scene that he has with the Trickster, where he's basically friends with his supervillains, and because he understands like the Trickster's like he's a sick person, he needs medication, so he's like hey Trickster, you go back to the hospital, you take your meds, and I'll come back and I'll visit you. So amazing, and he the whole thing where he appeals to little kids, he gets the kids Christmas present, and he has the Santa Claus Flash scene. Literally the best version of Flash. And it's not just him being like a good guy. There's also the scenes of him being badass with the where he like runs around the world and punches Lex Luthor. And not to mention, he's the most important character in the show. Because if he dies, Superman kills Lex Luthor, and then Armageddon happens. That's like confirmed. So if he dies, literally the whole universe goes to shit. That's just it's written that he's just the most important character. It's kind of funny, but super cool. So amazing. One of the best characters. Whew, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to put Green Arrow in God tier as well. I think I'm going to bump him down to S, because there's a couple things that irk me about. Not irk me, but there's a couple things that could have been done a little bit better. He's definitely so close to God tier. I'm not a big... It's going to sound bad. I'm not a big fan of this Green Arrow costume. I like the Silver Age Green Arrow costume, where he doesn't have the stupid hat and his hair is shorter. But maybe that's what's holding me back from God tier. I'm a big Silver Age DC guy. And this is like... Wally West is Silver Age, obviously. I mean, Batman doesn't really have... He doesn't change much, but, this is like Golden Age Green Arrow. And I'm a big Silver Age guy, so... Or the costume, at least, is what I'm talking about. And another thing, we do get to see some of Green Arrow's trick arrows, but we don't see enough of them. Because he whips out, like, the boxing glove arrow. Everyone loves the boxing glove arrow, the split arrow, explosive arrow, this, that. I think there's even a scene where he shoots the atom on his arrow, which is like, DC does the thing, or Marvel does the thing where Hawkeye shoots the ant, and I guess DC has Green Arrow shooting atom, which it's pretty cool, But I wish we get to see more of his trick arrows. Because the boxing glove one, in any, comic book movie, if he pulls out the boxing glove arrow, it's a pop-off. It's a fucking awesome moment. But, like, there's a couple other ones where, like, I don't know. He can do better things. Speaking of trick arrows, I'm going to go back to Batman for a second. Batman has his trick batarangs, I guess you can call them. And one of the ones he uses is he throws the batarang, like, just off into a cave, right? When he's versing the Injustice Lord's Batman. So he throws the batarang, he misses on purpose. And, oh no, it's not during the Injustice Lord's Batman. I forget who he's fighting. I'm mixing it up with someone. But he throws the batarang into the cave, and the guy's like, you missed. And he's like, no, I didn't. And it's a sonar, like, bat call. And all the bats swarm out of the cave and attack the opponent. It's so great. I love trick arrows and just tricks up your sleeves like that. So cool. Moving on. Okay. D tier. Big problem with who this is. You're not going to guess who this is and how inaccurate they are to their comic book and TV and movie comparisons, I guess. This is Gypsy. Look what they did to her. She looks stupid. And the worst part is, where is she? They don't have any more pictures. She doesn't wear shoes. She walks around barefoot. Bruh. I don't like this design. I don't like D tier. Hawkman. This is a super interesting, and crazy interesting depiction of Hawkman. This is it's it's so different from his comic book counterpart. They take Hawkman and Hawkgirl's comic book origin story and just turn it on its head, and it's done so well. How he's not an actual Danagarian, and he just those wings are fake prosthetic, but the whole thing where he's a reincarnated Danagarian that landed on Earth and stuff. It's done so well, and it's like one of the most of the time I don't like it when shows and movies change stuff from the comics. But DCAU really gets away with it because it's like before the time when it was changed stuff from the comics was so popular, and the fact they changed it and it really was done well definitely helps Hawkman's popularity. Okay, now we're on to Hawk. I'm putting him next to Dove. They're just you can't get one without the other, you know. I guess until actually in my whole life, I'm gonna tell you up front, these two are brothers. Right, Hawk and Dove are brothers. It might seem obvious. I thought they were gay. I thought they were like a couple. And I was so fucking disappointed when I found out that they were actually brothers. I was like, are you joking? Because the way that they interact, it seems a lot more, homosexual than like brotherly love. Just pointing that out there. But I was so friggin' disappointed when they were not, when they were revealed to be brothers. I don't know. I was never just a big Hawk and Dove guy, so maybe I'm stupid for not realizing that. But in the show, they have their whole episode, and at the end, because it's a two-parter episode, I believe. At the end of the second part, they call each other brothers, and I was like, wait, what? Maybe it's hopefully I'm just stupid, and maybe it's like a bro, like a bromance type of deal. But who the fuck knows? I was upset. Who the hell is that? Who is this guy? Wait, where is he? I can't even find him. Hello? This is incorrect. Who is that? Our man? Is it Our Man? It is Our Man! Holy crap! That's Our Man? Oh my god, look at this bullshit. Look, he's another action figure where we didn't know the name until the action figure. The action figure of this character, released by Mattel in the Justice League Unlimited line, has confirmed that this is indeed Our Man. This does not look like Our Man. What the hell? That's kind of funny. Because I couldn't recognize that this was Our Man, he's going to D tier. Huntress. Right next to ahead of Black Canary. Fuck it. S. Done really, really well. The only issue that I have with this Huntress, actually, because of this, she's going back down to A. She's not... It's almost implied that she's part of the Bat family, but not really. Because original Huntress is part of the Bat family. She was one of Batman, or not one of Batman's sidekicks, but she was, in there looped in with the Bat family somehow. They don't ever touch on that, talk about it. I don't think she has a scene with Batman in it. So I would have liked to see more of her and Batman, but she gets a lot of scenes with the Question, which it might as well be a fill-in for Batman, but it's more of a partner, or like a boyfriend, girlfriend they're dating, when the Batman relationship in the comics was, Batman was her mentor. But it's fine. We'll get to Question. Okay, this is Ice? Is her name just Ice, too? Yeah, it is. She's going to B tier. Once again, I'm not sure if it's me being stupid. I'm pretty sure it's implied. Well, even Hawkgirl makes a joke about these two being lesbians. Like a lesbian couple. And, because Flash is, has a little crush on Fire, right? And Hawkgirl goes to Flash and goes, "Oh, I hear she's," and then doesn't continue the sentence, but points at her and Ice, stand next to each other and talking, and then she goes Brazilian and not lesbian. So I think it's implied that they're supposed to be a lesbian couple, which is kind of nice, Martian Manhunter, awesome. What else could? He's the best. He's literally the best. We don't get enough Martian Manhunter in the modern day. And what we do get is terrible. I'm not a big fan of Supergirl Martian Manhunter from the CW TV show. Don't like it that much. This Martian Manhunter he's perfect. He has an amazing character arc where he fucking hates humanity, but he knows that what he has to do is right. And he has the great thing where he leaves the Justice League, and the last episode he comes back, and the whole fake out scene where he's just looks like a civilian. He's on the Great Wall of China, and the parademons are attacking. And one woman's like, "You got to get out of here, sir." And he's like, "No, I can help." And starts flying around, and then he does the dragon move. Oh my god! And all of his moves, friggin' awesome. So many good moves. Like when he turns into a dragon or a snake or something like that, his shape shifting, on point. He has a lot of other good episodes where he has the ethical dilemmas, and he doesn't like humans, but he has to help them, and he's lost his home. His depiction is fucking amazing. So good. He's basically as strong as Superman, but since he's so depressed, he just can't use his full potential. It's a super complex character done really well. Okay. I know God, what's his name? I'm forgetting. Johnny Thunder. This dude. Literally, his only appearance is in the background, out of costume. And Mattel Action Figures, yeah, he was confirmed by Mattel Action Figures, and Thunderbolt. We'll get to Thunderbolt. I'm not sure if they're a partner or I literally don't know who these people are. Let's look at Thunderbolt right now. We'll skip ahead a little bit. This dude literally is only in the last episode, by the way. Oh, look, he doesn't have a action figure either. This is just a predict. They think this is Thunderbolt. So strange. Sorry, man. Don't know who you are. Going to D tier. John Stewart. Oh my god, my favorite Green Lantern, my favorite DC superhero, John Stewart. So much I can say about him. Green Lanterns in general are such a great concept in my opinion. Green Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, the whole thing. But how John Stewart is depicted, his relationship with Hawkgirl, it's done so well. His relationship with Vixen, done so well. His relationship, he's a fucking pimp, yo. He gets all the girls in the show. Not to mention he's got the coolest powers. He's basically confirmed to be the second strongest member of the League after Superman, because in the future, Vandal Savage is when the Justice League was defeated, Green Lantern was the last one to go down. Because Superman traveled to the future, so he wasn't there it was really fucking complicated. Basically, Superman wasn't there, so he was the strongest. So cool. So amazing. My favorite Green Lantern in the comics is Kyle Rayner, by the way. My favorite actual Green Lantern is him. Because I can't even think of when John Stewart is in the comics. He was not relevant until the show, and then even after the show, he still wasn't relevant for some reason. They did not use him enough. I don't know why. I know he was in Young Justice, but he was still pushed aside for Hal Jordan. It pisses me off that he does not get the love he deserves after this show. But he's done so well in this show. And his constructs with his ring constructs are always hype as hell. Whenever he makes a hammer or sometimes he does the baseball mitt to catch something. So friggin' cool. The only thing that I think Hal Jordan has over him is Hal Jordan's, I feel like Hal Jordan's, each Green Lantern has their signature move. Hal Jordan has the train, where he makes the train and runs you over with it. I think that's the one thing Hal Jordan has above John Stewart. But besides that, his attitude, he's got drip. Hold on. We're going to pull up his regular, the different outfits he wears. Where is Green Lantern? Oh, he's probably up here, isn't he? Yeah. He has, also he goes bald, but he gets a goatee, so it's cool. Let me see if I can find this drip. Oh, they don't have it. But his civilian costume, it's a yellow turtleneck with a trench coat, and then he has the cowboy outfit too. Awesome. Best depiction of John Stewart and one of the Green Lanterns ever. Okay. I'm forgetting this guy's actual name. I know him as the Apache Chief. Let's look at this guy's real name. It's something Mountain, right? I'm not exactly sure. Oh, Long Shadow. Now, saying the Apache Chief is definitely, probably a bit culturally sensitive now. However, the reason I say that, oh wait, I don't want to exit this page, is because the Super Friends cartoons from like the 70s and 80s had a character called the Apache Chief. And because the reason this guy, and he has the same powers as Long Shadow, because Long Shadow is a member of like this other superhero team that Cadmus made, and every single member of that team was supposed to be a play off of a Super Friends character that never ended up being used. Because Super Friends, like their second or third season, they realized like, oh, our cast is too many white people, so they introduced Native American character, Japanese character, I think a Hispanic or Latino character. I'm forgetting their names. Hold on. Super Friends members. Let's try to find this. List of Super Friend members. Okay, here they are. Apache Chief, Black Vulcan, who was the African American who like had electric powers. El Dorado was Hispanic, and he had like I think wind powers. And Rima, who the hell is this? I don't know. A samurai was a Japanese guy with what was his powers? Yeah. Oh, ethnically diverse heroes. So they tried to introduce all these like ethnically diverse heroes, but they're actually kind of really racially insensitive. So they reworked them into the Justice League Unlimited as newer, more racially appropriate characters. And Long Shadow is so friggin' awesome. His whole thing is that his body is like degenerating because he's a artificial human, but and his teammates all go rogue, but he stays good and teams up with Justice League to stop them. And just because he's a reference to the old, and also, by the way, unironically, I used to watch Super Friends as a kid before I saw DCAU. Apache Chief was my favorite character because his powers, he grows big, and whenever he has to grow big, he would yell "Knip Chop," which I don't know what it means or if it's an actual Native American word, but I used to think he was the coolest dude ever. And then when he was still the only good guy left from that team, like in the DC animated universe, I was so happy. He's so cool, and I'm glad they made him into a more appropriate character of Long Shadow. Like they took my favorite Ulzul character and made him just better. So cool. Moving on though, Metamorpho. Oh, that's a little too high. I think I would have put him in B. He has a good episode, but it's not in Unlimited, so he doesn't really like his episode. He's the villain. That's the issue. And then when he's a hero, we don't get much of him. But he's like one of Jon Stewart's friends. He accidentally becomes like a freak, but he has these powers and he doesn't know what to do with them. It's a fine episode, not one of the best. Mr. Motherfucking Terrific. Fuck it. God tier. Oh, he's once again friggin' awesome. He doesn't do too much, but he basically replaces Martian Manhunter when he like leaves the Justice League as the Watchtower, like the boss. He's just the boss. He sends you on missions, he does this, he runs the Watchtower. And his stupid, like, I think terrific spheres or terrific balls, I don't know, he's got these floating balls around him and he fucking throws them at you. He's super cool. He's just a cool dude, Also in the Justice League versus the Fatal 5 movie, which I'm not really counting for this tier list, but he's a main character in that movie. And the roster for that movie, I think, is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, which is like, that's the main three. And you can kind of consider Flash and Green Lantern, like, you can't it's hard to have Justice League without Flash and Green Lantern. However, the team in the movie is Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Mr. Terrific. He makes it in over Flash and Green Lantern, which is amazing. And he's also done really, really well in that movie. So, there's just not much to say about him. He's awesome. Okay, this guy. I went the entire show thinking this was Rip Hunter. It is not Rip Hunter. It is... I don't know who this is. Nemesis. Right, I couldn't tell you who this guy is. He looks like Rip Hunter. The action figure of this character, released by Mattel, has confirmed that this is indeed Nemesis, not Rip Hunter. Sorry, Nemesis. You look too much like Rip Hunter. You're on a D tier. Obsidian. Now you may be wondering why I'm putting Obsidian so high when he's kind of a nobody hero. He doesn't have an episode. He's a background character. But I'm about to show you why. He is the sole confirmed representative. Get out of here. Sole confirmed representative of the LGBTQ, which I think is awesome. Because they imply LGBTQ with these two, with other heroes too. But he is the one that is completely confirmed, and I think that's really awesome. Especially back, this is like 2005, when this is before gay marriage was legal in America. You know, a lot of respect for this and what they did. And oh wait, the son of, I didn't even know this. He's the son of Alan Scott. Okay, more bonus points. Friggin' awesome. He has shadow powers. I don't even know what his powers are. But he's the son of the original Green Lantern, and he represents the LGBT community. That's great. Just for that, he's going to S tier. You know, awesome. Orion, you fucking hold on. We're giving him his own tier. He's getting the asshole tier. Oh, whoops! I didn't even do that. This tier is going to be the asshole tier. Orion is an asshole. He's the biggest dick in the entire show, and he should arguably. Huntress got kicked out of the Justice League, whereas she got kicked out and he didn't. When this guy, fucking, he's such an asshole. He doesn't even save people. He just goes around fucking heckling the Flash when he's trying to save people. Douchebag. Can't stand this guy. And the worst part is, comic book Orion is actually pretty cool. But all he does here, he's got the fucking hovering wheelchair. He flies around, punches 3 people, and then also assaults a mentally disabled person. Asshole. Okay, moving on. You may be wondering, what is this? Why is it saying no image available? This is Plastic Man. And this is the best, I think, in my opinion, this is the funniest Plastic Man's a comic relief character. Waverider and Plastic Man are essentially the same character. But we never actually see Plastic Man, but he's mentioned in one episode. Actually, he's mentioned in the Booster Gold episode. And the joke is Booster Gold and Elongated Man are the 2 last members of the Justice League to be picked to go on a mission. And when Elongated Man is picked, Batman goes, you have to go on recon duty. Or it's Green Lantern goes, you have to go on some other bullshit, a boring job that he doesn't want. And he goes, Plastic Man is already helping us. We don't need 2 stretchy guys. That's the only time we ever hear Plastic Man for that one joke. And just for that, he's going to God tier. Fuck it. He's not going to go to God tier, but we'll give him his own tier. He can get the Plastic Man tier. Because that one joke was actually really funny. We don't need 2 stretchy guys. Plastic Man's already out there. And Elongated Man got the shaft. Yeah, that was great. Question. Get over here. Under Martian Manhunter, holy crap. Before this, you go into the show. Hold on, I gotta drink water. Because I'm about to go off about the question. The first time you see him, you ask yourself, who the hell is this? He looks stupid. He doesn't have a face. What are his powers? He has no powers. He has no face. He does have a face, but his costume, he has no face. He's just a conspiracy theorist, a lunatic. But he has one, somehow they gave him this nobody character before the show. The most, probably next to the Flash, the most important role in the entire show. Because he is the character who figures out Lex Luthor's, crazy... Actually, he technically doesn't. He gets the plan wrong, but he's the person who basically almost guesses Lex Luthor's grand plan to, become president and have Superman kill him and have the world go to shit. But his actual plan was to absorb Brainiac and become some fucking weird thing, you know? But he is given the second most important role in the entire show. Not to mention, he's totally badass. And he gets a really funny joke where Baskin-Robbins, I believe, their slogan in the past used to be that they have 32 flavors of ice cream. And then one of his missions is that he has to find the secret 33rd flavor of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. And he actually does find it. And it's he's on the phone with Huntress, I think. He's I finally found it. And then she thinks he's talking about something else. He goes, no, the dirty third flavor. And he pulls out like an ancient camera, like from the early 2000s, like a camcorder, and starts recording the ice cream. It's pretty funny. But he's given her actually a really important role. He gets his ass kicked by Lex Luthor, which are another really good fight scene. And like, he's in God tier because in the comics, I can't think of a modern comic that he's in. I can't even think of like a Silver Age or Golden Age comic that he's in. He's only really important in this show, but he's done really, really well. You know? And also, he has a cool car. He's got a kick-ass car. Red Tornado. S tier. Super freaking cool. Just because he's a cool hero. He doesn't get much screen time either, but when he's on the screen, he's being cool. And that's what matters. He's a robot. He's Red Tornado. He shoots tornadoes. He has wind powers. He fights the Flash when the Flash is actually Lex Luthor. He's just cool. S tier. Shit. What's this guy's name? It's like Red something. It's definitely some weird, like, it's supposed to be a Russian superhero, I think. Let's find him. Rocket Red. Let's figure out who the hell this is. I don't have enough patience for this. He's going in D tier. All right, this guy. Who is this? Sand. Once again, I thought Sand and I thought this guy were the same person. I thought they were both Rip Hunter, and then I found out he's not. This guy's also not Rip Hunter. And who the fuck? What is this? I think his powers, he just actually turns to sand, but he never uses them. Yep. Yeah, he's kind of a nobody, and his only episode appearances are in cameos. Oh, he's another action figure where we didn't know the name until he had the action figure. Fucking dumbass, whatever. Moving on. Hawk Girl. God tier. Because this is the best representation of Hawk Girl in any DC media. Because in every other comic book or anything, she is Hawkman's fucking sidekick. But in this show, she gets to be one of the main seven. She gets to have the coolest backstory, too, where she's the fake-out backstory, where she's actually a spy and not stranded. The only issue is that her costume for Unlimited is kind of goofy looking. She just wears, like, yoga pants and a sports bra. Hold on, let's pull up her regular costume. Like, I like this costume much better than just, like, the sports bra and yoga pants, you know? This costume makes her look badass. She looks like, you know, she's gonna kick your ass. And you see this, it's like she's going to yoga practice. She's going to exercise. And this is like, no, you're gonna get your ass beat. You're fucked. And then you see this, it's like, okay, she's going to do some sports. Play maybe a round of baseball or something, you know? That's my only issue. She has the coolest backstory. She has a great relationship with Jon Stewart. And their son in the future is a whole other thing to talk about. Awesome. Shining motherfucking Knight. Going in S tier. He's cool as hell. We're going to get to him. We're going to talk about him. You know, if you've seen the show, we're going to talk about Shining Knight. And we're talking about, fuck it, where is Vigilante? Vigilante and Shining Knight. You can't have one without the other. And once again, it's another one of those pairs where there's implied, I guess it's not implied that they're homosexual, but you can kind of perceive it as that. But it's kind of like, I don't know, because they do everything together. It is even a joke where like they watch a movie together and Shining Knight's complaining about it. It's whatever. Vigilante, for me, he's probably my favorite character in the show. I love cowboys. That's just me. I like his hat. I like his outfit. I like his attitude. But him and Shining Knight, they come in a pair. You can't have one without the other, you know? And they're both really, really awesome. And the best part is they're both nobody characters that get really good episodes and representation in Unlimited. The only reason they're not in God tier is because, like, everyone above them has multiple episodes and arcs dedicated to themselves when they only have 1 or 2 episodes. Still, super freaking cool. He's just a knight. He's literally, he was thrown from the past to the present, and he has a fucking Pegasus. His powers is nothing. He's just a cowboy. He has guns, and he's good at shooting people. And they're like the two, like, the whole episode was these actually, Shining Knight, Vigilante, Green Arrow, and like it was the powerless heroes had to fight, like basically, a big, almost like abomination from Hulk. I forget his name. Some random ass supervillain. And the whole shtick was like the powerless people were taking down like the Superman killer and stuff like that. Really good episode. And speaking of which, Speedy! He's in that episode too, and he's going to S tier. We can only see his body here. I think that the cropping got a little messed up, but we'll show him over here. Speedy! And where is he? He's pretty cool. He looks cool. He has a funny scene with Green Lantern, and the episode with that is centered around these four is really, really good. Or did I say Green Lantern? I meant to say Green Arrow. But this is cool. And also, as a kid, I know that the Teen Titans show and the Justice League Unlimited show technically are not canon to each other. But as a kid, I used to watch both those shows like at the same time. And I saw Speedy come into Justice League Unlimited when he was also on Teen Titans. And in my head, I was like, wait a minute. That means that they're in the same universe. So I went a really long time, just based off the fact that Speedy had the same costume in both shows, like thinking that they're in the same universe. Turns out they're kind of not, but you could interpret it as they are. But he gets S tier just because he's in like 5 minutes of one show, but he's once again, he's cool, and that's all that matters. S tier. Stargirl. I want to fill up B and C tier more, but she's kind of cool. We'll drop her down to B. Actually, we can kind of put her in asshole tier, but she has an asshole redemption arc, so she goes back to B tier where she hates Supergirl. Like, she just despises Supergirl for some reason, because Supergirl's like taking all of her credit. And she has no powers, it's actually her staff. So she's technically in the powerless episode too. But she can go to B tier because she was an asshole, but she wasn't an asshole. This is crap, I'm forgetting the name. Heatwave? No. It's like the stupid radiation superhero, but that's not... Hold on, let's find his name. Starman. It's Starman, and it's not... Holy crap, how am I forgetting his name? He's really cool. Firestorm. I thought this was Firestorm. It's not. It's Starman. Who the hell is Starman? Bruh. Once again, dropping down to D tier because I thought he was someone else. And just in case you didn't know, I believe there was a point where Firestorm was white. Let's fact check this. White Firestorm. Because he wasn't always black. Or was he? Is that white? I cannot tell. I know at least half of him, because he's technically two people. I know at least half of him was white at some point. Ronnie Raymond. He was the white one. So I figured that this Starman was just before they made Firestorm black. But it's not. It's not Firestorm at all, which was really disappointing, because Firestorm's cool. Anyway, moving on. Steel. I'm tempted to put him in S, because he's pretty cool, but I think I'm going to drop him down because he doesn't get enough screen time. He's cool. It's just not, like, S tier cool, you know? He doesn't have much. He has a hammer. He flies around. He's part of Supergirl's, like, best friend group, you know? That's kind of cool. This guy. I think his name is Stripe. Where is he? Hello? How did I get his picture? Wait, what? Where is this dude? Oh, there he is. I'm stupid. Right here. STRIP. What's that stand for? Let's find out. Excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say. That's great. But he's cool. He can go with Stargirl because he's Stargirl's stepdad, I believe. So they're kind of like you can't get one without the other. He just goes there. Yeah. I'm going to probably get backlash for this, but this is the best depiction of Supergirl. Supergirl TV show, I've got a pretty big issue that Supergirl is kind of a wimp in that TV show. And she has I haven't watched Naruto, but she has the Naruto approach to everything where it's like, let me talk the villain out of it instead of actually being badass. But in this show, she's pretty badass. She gets a cool new costume, and everyone likes her, and then she has the thing where she goes in the future and stays with the Brainiac. She doesn't have much, but she's cool, and she's represented super, super well. So just for that, she's staying God tier. Now, the big man himself. The big man, the Boy Scout. Superman. Holy shit. Don't even get me started. Modern representation of Superman is piss poor. Man of Steel Superman, the Snyder Cut Justice League Superman, Batman vs Superman, god awful. He is this gloomy, emo, depressed asshole, and he's supposed to be a representative of God or Jesus or some Christian agenda bullshit. I like Justice League Unlimited Superman. He's happy. He's a hero. He's here to kick ass. He's bright. He's big blue. You know, Superman is there to save the fucking day. He's not there to watch people blow up. He's not there to do... He doesn't fuck around. He's not like a goofy guy, but he's happy. He's cheerful. Like, he cracks jokes. He smiles. And not to mention, let's just pull up... Let's get a bigger image of him. It's going to sound stupid that I really like this design. Oh, this is also not to mention he's got a pretty cool design in Batman Beyond. But just this design with the hair curl, the belt, the big muscly frame, he's done so well. He gets, I'd say, every single, he's almost like, when people talk about Dragon Ball, I'm a big Dragon Ball guy as well. I'm not going to say, talk about Dragon Ball versus DC or Superman versus Goku. You know, a lot of Dragon Ball fans, they complain that Goku has too many fights. Like, you go in the top 10 Dragon Ball fights and Goku's in all of them. You do a top 10 Justice League Unlimited fights, Superman is once again in all of them because he's just that cool. You know, I have nothing else to say besides this is just good Superman. He's a hero. He's a hero, and he's also a leader. Like, this Superman, he's just fucking badass. Not to mention the whole time you're kind of thinking, like, in your head, this Superman's pretty weak, like, compared to other versions of Superman in movies and comics. And then you get to the last episode of Justice League Unlimited where he fucking knocks Darkseid basically into the stratosphere with one punch. And he goes, oh yeah, by the way, I've been holding back this entire show. The entire show. He goes, the speech he says is, I feel like I'm living in a world made of cardboard, not to break anything I touch. And he goes to Darkseid, he goes, but you're the one person who can take it, can't you? This is a rare opportunity for me to let loose. And just fucking sends Darkseid packing. Oh my god. This Superman is great. Not to mention, he's great in his own show as well. This is peak Superman. Once again, I'm reiterating, every character in God Tier, I believe, is the peak version of this character in any media ever. This is the best version of Superman. If you don't like Superman, if you have an issue with any of these characters, please watch just a single episode of Justice League Unlimited or Justice League with these characters in it, and you understand how awesome these characters actually are. I'm a call me modern Superman's biggest hater, because this Superman, this is basically Silver Age, Golden Age Superman. Actually, it's not Silver Age because Silver Age Superman has a mullet in the comics, but this version of Superman, I go crazy for. He's like the saving a cat out of a tree Superman, the leaping over a building Superman, faster than a speeding bullet Superman, not the freaking, gonna kill General Zod Superman. No, you don't kill General Zod. You don't do that. You put him in the Phantom Zone. God, this Superman is so cool and does so much things right with this character. Moving on. Talked about enough. The Atom. S tier. Doesn't get much episodes, but he helps defeat Amazo, who is like the strongest thing basically in the entire universe, which is, Amazo is treated as a joke after that, but it's kind of fun. But he gets a couple good episodes. He has to fight some nanovirus too. He's just, once again, he's cool, and that's what matters. He's an S tier. Okay. Guess who this is? You probably saw because he's like, I was scrolling past him. I thought this was the Guardian. Turns out, it's not the Guardian. It is Ray? Who is this? God. I thought this was Guardian. It's not. He's just... What are his powers? Oh, he's an action figure. He's part of that group. Identifying the character as Ray. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's referred to by name on one occasion. But I guess it would be probably like he was off screen. Who the hell knows? But... Yep, I thought he was someone else, so he's going to D tier. This fucker. He can go to C because he looks kind of funky, but him and him, I think, are the same person, or like you can see his arm. This guy's name is Lightning. You can see his arm in Johnny Thunder's like background, so I think they're connected somehow. Literally don't know who they are. Guess who this is? Guess who? We'll put him in A. Guess who this is? If you're a fan of classic comics, you're gonna know who this is. But if you're a fan of new comics or new DC stuff, this is Vibe. This is old school classic badass Vibe. Not the stupid Flash TV show where he's a nerdy little scientist. This is fucking awesome Vibe. You know, let's pull up a bigger image of him. This is the one like character where I didn't recognize, but when I found out who they were, I was like, holy crap. What a downgrade modern Vibe is, you know? He doesn't have much. He looks really friggin' cool. He's got shades. He's got a long look at his V-neck. It goes down to his abs. He's badass. And the fact that I didn't recognize him, but he looks and he acts so much cooler than he does in his modern like version, A tier. Vixen. I'm tempted. Fuck it, she's going in God tier. Once again, her relationship with Jon Stewart is great. Her friend, like she becomes friends with Hawkgirl after they break up. So it's like she's best friends with her boyfriend's ex. It's kind of weird, but they have a really good combination. It's pretty awesome. Well, I mean, what can I say? She's also her powers. Excuse me. Goddamn. Her powers are badass. She has the necklace that turns her into like animal attributes. And I'm a sucker for like special moves. Like I was talking about Hal Jordan has the train. He has the Martian Manhunter that turn into a dragon. Flash has the run around the world punch. She has the trick batarangs. She fucking but like she used the animal spirit of a fucking elephant and like just rampages. She's so cool. Not to mention she's a supermodel, and she got a cool costume design, and her relationship with these characters are great. But all of her special moves are like they're all animal based, but they're like you'd think it's gonna be kind of boring. Like, oh, she turns into a bull or something and runs into you, but no, she's she's doing like cool flips and ninja moves and stuff like that. She's just really cool. We're running out of heroes here, but we got a couple good ones left. Except for who the hell is this? Hold on, I'm pretty sure his name is just Gold or Waverider. Waverider, who is this? Who the hell? Isn't Waverider the name of, like, the ship from Legends of Tomorrow? Oh, yeah, he's a time traveler. Maybe he is related to the Waverider in the show. But, yeah, he looks cool. Nothing much. He goes in D. Wildcat. Hold on. We'll put him in an A. This picture does not really do him justice. Look at how bulky he is. Look at this tank of a human. He is ginormous. It's kind of like, I've heard people joke about how every male character in the show is like has a huge frame and like square jaw, this that. But like they go above and beyond with Wildcat. He is just a mountain of a man. He is ginormous. He is a fucking beast, you know. And I'm not one, like, I do actually really enjoy the art style of how, like, they're all square jaw with big frames and stuff like that. I wish we got more. Something I don't like about design, how all the females basically use the same body type. I wish they were more, like, bulkier, not like big and strong, like, muscular females is what I'm trying to say. I get the small frame works with Vixen, it works with, like, Zatanna, but I feel like, I don't know, you kind of look at some of the other female characters, like Ice and Fire and Gypsy, and they should be like bulkier. At least Gypsy, because the TV show Gypsy is pretty badass from the CW. But back to Wildcat. Holy crap, he is huge. He's a monster. This guy must be fucking roided out, working out 24/7. Look at his traps. His traps alone are like the size of Superman's fucking head. You kidding me? Look at, like, bro, there's Superman and there's Wildcat. This dude is gigantic. I'm going to keep talking about this, but he goes to A tier just off that alone. Not to mention he's got a kick-ass backstory where he's like a superhero cage fighter. super badass, this dude right here. Also, his relationship with, not relationship, but he is Black Canary's teacher. And the fact that he's so badass and she isn't is what makes me wonder, like, why is she get her ass kicked so much when this guy, the fucking Mountain, is her teacher? Just makes you wonder. Alright. I'm gonna get shit on for this. This is because I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan in general. But I'm not a fan. You know what? She goes to A. By the way, none of these tiers are actually in order. Besides, I guess, this. We'll fix this up after. I don't really like Wonder Woman as a character. If I'm being honest. I don't... Her rogues gallery is pretty weak. She has Cheetah and, like, Giganta and a bunch of weird magic ladies. You know? And Hades, I guess. But Hades is just a Greek god. Does he even count as a rogues gallery member, you know? But her rogues gallery is weak. Her powers are super undefined. Like, can she fly? I'm talking about just the show. I'll get into the movies in a second. Like, can she fly? Sometimes she uses the invisible jet. What does her lasso do? And then she finds out her lasso actually makes people tell the truth. So she actually was carrying around a useless ass rope with her the entire time. She's one cool thing where she throws her tiara, which is a reference to the 80s show. But, like, she doesn't do much. You know? She has the invisible jet, and that's cool. But besides that, nothing really happens with her. Oh, and the reason I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan in general is because her Wonder Woman movie fucking represents her super poorly. Like, comic book... Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. I don't know, I don't think they do her justice. Like, they never represent her that well. And the Wonder Woman 84 and the first Wonder Woman movie in the DCEU was decent. I liked it. And I thought I wouldn't like it because I don't like Wonder Woman. But then I watched Wonder Woman 84, and that movie was fucking... I went to the movie like with high hopes, because I was like, maybe this movie will make me like Wonder Woman. Because I kind of liked the first movie. And then they somehow retconned not only her powers from the previous movie, but her powers from the comics, and they made her, like, swing off moving planes. There's so much wrong with that movie. And also, not to mention, the one good Wonder Woman villain, which is Cheetah, was ruined in Wonder Woman 84. They made her into some weird, like the Cat's musical fucking character, you know? I'm not a fan of Wonder Woman. Her episodes are pretty boring. The one good episode I say she has she's completely overshadowed by Hawkgirl, because it's her and Hawkgirl have to team up after Hawkgirl betrays the team. So there's like a lot of tension and stuff. But it's honestly more of a Hawkgirl episode than is a Wonder Woman episode. And one of her other episodes, she has a team with Martian Manhunter. And once again, Martian Manhunter completely overshadows her. She just doesn't have much going for her, in my opinion. Last character on this list. I'll put her in A. Zatanna, I think Zatanna is a really cool character. And she'll stay in A. They could have done more with her. She could have had other things that she did. Her appearance is really well done. But I'll tell you what, this is one of the few characters that the DC, like, New 52 movies represent really, really well. And they probably represent her better than she's represented in Unlimited, which is kind of almost odd because there's not many other characters I can think of that are in both the New 52 movies and the Justice League Unlimited, and Unlimited does it worse. But she's still cool in the show. Alright, let's order God tier. Let's order. Alright, this is like already a decent order, if I'm being honest. Actually, yeah. If I'm being honest, Martian Manhunter is friggin' awesome. The question's awesome. I'm tempted to put Superman above everyone because, Christ, just because the comparison of modern day Superman to this Superman makes him look... I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm going to go off. But, alright. Let me revise this. I think question's up a little too high. I'll put him here. John Stewart, I want to put him higher because of favoritism, but I'm not going to because he's my favorite DC superhero. But I think the question gets a little bit more He deserves it a little bit more. Supergirl definitely barely slides in, but she can stay here. And is there any other character? Fuck it. He's going in. He's going in. He's too good. He's too good. What can I say? The only issue I have is his costume. But his costume is whatever. If I'm being honest, I don't like Martian Manager's costume. I like his, hold on, let's pull something up here. I like his Martian form a lot better than his human costume, I guess it's called. This. Oh, there. This. I like this design a lot more. I wish he would have used this form more, but he kind of stays in this humanoid form, which is fine. But I think this is good. Orion asshole tier. This is basically like this is the tier for people I could not recognize or identify. This tier is I recognize them and they look cool. Like I couldn't mistake these characters for anybody else, but they just didn't do enough for me. B tier is they were like a side character in pretty good episodes. A tier is that they either look really cool, are a good side character, or have good episodes dedicated to them. S tier is having multiple good episodes, or one really, really good episode dedicated to yourself, or you're just this guy who's awesome. Plastic Man is Plastic Man, and then God tier, once again, these are the best versions of these characters. The best. You can argue for Green Arrow. I think the only one you can argue is Green Arrow, and maybe the only thing I can see people arguing about Wally West is that Rebirth Wally West is, I guess, better representation of the character. Not Black Rebirth Wally West, like original redhead returning Wally West Rebirth. I can understand the argument if you say he's better because he does more stuff on the Titans. He fights Speed Force Deathstroke. But I still think this Wally West is better in terms of, like, Justice League activity. If you're going off Teen Titans activity, then sure, you can say Rebirth Wally West is better. But in my opinion, these are the best. Literally. I'm not saying in cartoons. I'm not saying in the anime universe. I'm not saying in movies. I'm saying of all time. I'm reiterating, these are the best versions of these characters. And they're done. And they honestly make the show, you know? But I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys like this and made it to the end, you can comment what tier list you want to see me do next. I'll probably, when I'm done watching every DCAU show, I'll probably end up making a tier list of that as well. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.